They want your support here. You don't need to be running around Mr. Miller's house and his back door and across the church, okay? We've already got the message out, and Mica's life is going to matter, regardless of whatever the reason was of what happened to her. Her life is going to leave a legacy, and her life is going to help people. That's where we need to focus now. The other things that happened or may happen
allegedly happened
to Mica. But what we can do is going forward and being supportive that hopefully there won't be any other victims.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Tough Topic. My name is Brittany. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And many of you tuned in yesterday and watched the press conference being held in South Carolina with Mica's family and the family attorney, Regina Ward. There were a lot of things discussed in terms of Mica's estate. The family was granted to have possession of Mica's belongings such as her purse, her cell phone, and her car, which was an agreement on both parties. Some other things were discussed in depth, which is a bill that they are trying to pass called Mica's Law. This law is a coercive control bill that refers to a pattern of behavior used to manipulate and intimidate another person with an intimate and familiar relationship. This does include threats, humiliation, emotional abuse, and isolation. Attorney Ward states that as soon as this law is passed, it will protect others going through what Mica did. She had purple folders that detailed a list of behaviors that Mica experienced and suggest that this gets to the state legislator. Many had great questions that were asked. I'm not going to go through all of them. You can, of course, just watch the press conference. But there was a question that included, if this bill passes, would it apply retroactively to help Mica and others? Unfortunately, it would not help Mica's case. But the good news is there's so much more that will come, including an investigation. Although the attorney did not answer specifically if the FBI is involved, she answered by saying, "I'm only answering questions about this bill, not anything past that." Once Mica's family can get her cell phone to see who she was talking to moments before her death, it will be crystal clear, even if things are deleted from her phone, once it's recovered, of who she was speaking with. It was reported that Mica actually had two cell phones. One of her cell phones, JP has possession of now, and the other phone, which is her, what we call a burner phone, she was using, the authorities do have, and now they will be handing that over to the family. Another thing I wanted to address was the money. A lot of you had so many questions as to why there hasn't been much movement from the attorney in getting some sort of order approved by the court, like her restraining order, her protective order from JP. A lot of Mica's filings didn't happen because of the funds, and unfortunately, it's very costly to proceed with certain domestic filings. Mica had to allegedly pay $10,000 for a retainer fee to this Regina Ward. Regina also wants the protest to stop. When asked if the protests on Sundays that are happening were helpful or not helpful, her response was that she is not going to speak for the family, but she believes they feel the same way, that it's not needed. You don't need to go walking through to his back door or across the church. We already got the message out, and whatever allegedly happened to Mica, we can't change that. Our focus needs to stay right here on this bill. When she said that, I kept rewinding the video, looking at everyone's expressions, and it was exactly how I was feeling. Like, after all the evidence you have, I don't understand why you would come on this stand and say whatever happened to Mica. I mean, it's crystal clear. A blind man can see exactly what was happening to Mica. Now, I understand as an attorney, she has to remain professional and give legal advice and legal counsel. However, her response to that did not sit well with me at all. It didn't sound like she was someone who was Team Mica at that moment by saying what she said and kept saying allegedly and all the things she went through allegedly. I mean, we see what she went through. There's video footage of him threatening to put topless photos on the internet. I get that there are a lot of media losing focus of trying to play FBI and attacking one another on social media, but I feel like the focus should also be going after this man, JP Miller, who is responsible for her death. And telling people not to protest on Sunday is a very disappointing and a low-key way of trying to silence Mica's supporters. That's my opinion. I would love to know your opinion about the entire, I'm sure you watched it, about the entire press conference. Please drop your comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss any updates. Bye for now.